The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to another episode of Gate City Chronicles. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and today we're going to be talking about soccer. And I have some guests here from Nashua and from Londonderry. Jason Jerry Barbosa.
Oh,
Crying out loud.
That's all right. It's all right.
And we're going to let you introduce yourself.
Billy Holland.
Billy Holland. I asked him if he's related to the singer. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And we're talking about an LLP that you guys have started here locally, and it has to do with soccer. So tell me what's going on.
So, Billy, I guess you can start off with how it all.
All right. So the United Premier Soccer League is a professional development soccer league. They have 70 odd teams.
Going on 120.
Going on 120 now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Nationwide, and they're expanding to the Northeast. And Jared found that out. He gave me a call one day. I was leaving work, and he said, "How do you feel about bringing a professional soccer club to Nashua?"
Oh,
and,
that is great.
Before he even finished saying the word Nashua, I cut him off. I was like, I'm 100% in.
Cool.
And you'll find out, it's the quickest conversation I've ever had with Jared.
Wow.
I felt bad for cutting him off. I could tell he had this whole long speech to give me about why it's the perfect time. And but it was a no-brainer for me. Jared and myself go, way back. His father taught me how to play soccer when I was 5 years old. I grew up in Londonderry, but one of the first clubs I played for was International Soccer Club here in Nashua. For his father, and I've played in this community. I've coached in this community with Jared and his brother, and to be able to bring a pro team for the youth to come and see and be available to them, and also for them to see the pathway that we can provide them as players, I thought was, the perfect time for us to do it.
It sounds like it as well. So when you say a professional team, are there divisions? AA, AAA?
You bring up it's a good thing. The thing is that the system of soccer in America at this point is I don't know how you might explain it. It's a little skewed. It's a little messed up, to say the least. But there isn't, there's this opportunity with the UPSL is that there's conversation that's being had now. I don't know if you're aware, but the U.S. soccer did not qualify for World Cup.
Okay.
And so that's really has forced people to have these tough conversations about what is America doing wrong in regards to soccer, and they're looking at the systems that are put in place right now, right? And so when we talk about, to your question about the leagues and the divisions, is that there really isn't existing at this point different divisions, like you can work your way up to something. That doesn't really exist.
Okay.
So
like in baseball.
Right, exactly. So you have your MLS teams, and there's those crop of teams, but there's no real pathway. So that doesn't, like I said, that doesn't really exist at this point. But what we call it in the soccer world is promotion relegation. When we speak to divisions, it's promotion relegation. So what happens, across the world in regards to soccer leagues is that you have your top league, and then you're Division I, and then you have your Division II, right? So if you're in Division II and you win that division, you're on top of the league by the end of the season. You promote up to the top division.
Okay.
The bottom teams from the top division go down, right? So they go down a division, right? So they call that's the promotion relegation. So that's where where a lot of the talk is happening right now. So at the professional level, like I said, it doesn't really exist. But what they want to do and what they want to apply at the UPSL level, there's a few other leagues that are below the MLS that are the promotion relegation. And what that ultimately does too is it opens a door for more players, to broaden the player pool. I mean, because at this point, if once you're done college, there's really nowhere else to go. I mean, at 22, 23 years old, when you're at your prime physically, right, and you're still hungry to play, there's nowhere else to go. There's your chances are slim to none. So
unless you make the American team or something.
Unless
Right,
and
if you're not one of the 100 players out of thousands in college soccer to get invited to 2 different combines, you're pretty much done.
So you said there are about 150 teams out there right now, or
So in the UPSL, they've grown from it's a league that started. It's about 11 years old now, but they started with just 30, and then they've just over the past 2-3 years they've just blasted off, and now they're over 100.
Is there a season?
Yep. And so the season begins. The season begins in the April-May timeframe. So the spring through to July.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the amount of games that your league plays?
Yep. So we'd be looking at anywhere between 10 to 15 games per season. So
Within your area, or
correct.
Okay.
So the Northeast Division, as Billy says, is the new division in the UPSL, and so we're at, I think the Northeast Division, we're at 9 teams right now.
Okay.
So it's really kicked off, and there's more pending. So.
And Nashua has a little town. When we were off air, I was talking about just being at Fairgrounds a few years back, and just seeing a field with the goals about nobody was actually attending the goal. They just want to kick the ball.
Yep.
And some of the moves that these guys were making were reminding me of Pele.
Yeah.
Well, because they're doing behind the back, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. I could never do that. But there's talent around here.
There is.
And that's something that you can draw off of, obviously. And a professional team, does that mean the players are being paid?
So at this league, no. So and that's what the UPSL really prides itself off of is the fact that it's a professional development league, and so it's relative to Silver Knights.
Okay.
So the Silver Knights, they're mostly collegiate players, that in the off season want to keep their levels up, play for someone, and then come season they're playing for their colleges, right? So it's relative to the Silver Knights.
Now, if you do make it to the, I don't know if the Silver Knights make, is there a cash reward, for being really good?
There is. I mean, so there is a cash reward for a national championship. I think it's $10,000 for the national championship. But yeah. But we're building
big.
our team.
Think big.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So where are you going to practice? Where are you going to play?
So our home field is Riviera University.
Nice.
So yeah. So a lot of this and international has come out of kind of what we've already done in the community, what we've been doing. I wear several hats in the community. Running my own soccer organization, youth soccer organization. And a lot of the kids, like you were speaking to, that you've seen with talent, diamonds in the rough, that just didn't have those opportunities to play because the pay-to-play structure, which, when we go back to the promotion relegation, the smaller player pool, the pay-to-play structure is also what they're talking about at the national stage. After the U.S. didn't qualify, that was also a big piece, was the pay-to-play structure is in play, and it really minimizes the player pool because now you're paying. You look at local clubs, it can cost from anywhere between $800 to $2,000 a year or more.
So, the it's going to cost money to run this. So how does that work? Do the players pay you to be in their team, or do you get sponsors?
Yeah, so the goal is sponsorship. So we looking for local sponsorships.
Like BAE or
local sponsorships and like I said is really because we've had a through LIFA as the soccer organization that I run, the youth soccer club, is that we have a nice relationship with the community as it is. So Riviere provides us their field space, their beautiful facility. So that's been a wonderful relationship to have over the years. So they're providing us that, but as I said, in terms of funding, yes, sponsorships.
So we were talking about Pele.
Oh yeah, you got a good story for that.
That was a great movie. Now, am I recalling that he was a little young when he was put on the teams?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But he did pretty good,
Yep.
and they kind of not despised his youth, but they basically, come on, kid, really?
Yep.
What is the age level here for to get into this league?
For the professional. So the team for this particular league, it's 17 plus.
Okay.
Right? But of course, you're weighing out the experience level. Are they at the level to play in the league?
Sure,
Right?
and you have tryouts.
Yeah, we have tryouts. Yep. So so 17 plus. We really are keying in on because why we also wanted to start this is because to close that gap for that 18 to 24 age range. Because those are players that that like I said are coming out of college still hungry to play the game at the peak of their physical ability that don't have a place to go.
Right.
And here's that opportunity to continue that and to potentially continue to work your way up the U.S. soccer ladder.
All right, tough question. You ready for it? Now you have a men's league. You have a women's league.
So this league. So we don't have a women's team, but this league actually, if I'm not mistaken, does is working on a women's league.
Okay.
Yes, and so
Because the women actually
yeah.
won for it.
Yeah. No, exactly. So that's the thing. But yeah, so that's us, and that's what we're looking to try to provide.
Now, what's the maximum load that you can hold on a team? It's like 20 members, 30?
Yeah.
So 20 for the pro level.
Okay.
What we're looking to do is give as much of an opportunity to as many as we can.
Yeah.
So he mentioned, his youth club LIFA earlier. That club team was named after an adult Sunday soccer league here in Nashua that we have both played in the past, and we can use, if God willing, if we have enough players we would like to have, a group of players play in that Sunday league that can still be part of what we have going on at the pro level and, give more people an opportunity to continue to play.
Yeah.
What's the commitment level for your team members? People still have to work for a living.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So what we're looking at, it'd be 2 practices. It's 2 practices a week with a game on the weekend, which is really something these players are really quite used to. Just because soccer's been a part of their life, and that's just
right.
The schedule of soccer. Is usually 2 to 3 times a week. And so in a lot of these kids, like we said, are collegiate players. So so they might have they're not necessarily working those full-time jobs just yet. They're working those part-time seasonal stuff. And
landscaping and whatnot during the day, and then get to blow off some steam and stay in shape for their college season. We both played college soccer as well.
Are you doing indoor as well?
So no, there's no indoor. Yeah, so there's no indoor professional soccer league. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's fast paced too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes. We did that for a couple of years. I was a professional indoor player for some time. Yeah.
And so how did you get into the relationship with Riviere doing this?
Oh, so Riviere, through the LIFA soccer program, we it was just about 4 or 5 years ago now. We really it all kind of started at the Boys and Girls Club of Nashua. I used to work there, and great
organization.
Yeah, quick shout out to Kurt Norris. He he was, he's the chief of operations over there. And when I started working there, he said, I'm aware that you have a passion for the game. Start a program.
How long has he been there?
He's
Sorry, I mean, I'm going to be 55 this month.
Yeah.
And I believe he was around when I was on the wrestling team when I was 12.
Yeah. He's been around. But yeah, like I said, we started there, and then as I was moving on, professionally, we just kind of shifted on out, and then we grew into LIFA. It's Latino Hispanic International Football Association. The president of the adult league at the time, and currently his name is Filiberto Chavita. So him, myself, my brother Hayden, who was also the head coach at Riviera University, men's soccer, came together to develop this program. But the idea behind it was to provide opportunities for those kids from poor socioeconomic backgrounds, because we recognized that there was a gap and a need for that particular population.
Yeah.
Because like we said, it's the pay-to-play structure on a national basis is now finally being discussed. Something we picked up on 4 or 5 years ago. That there was an issue. Is actually now being discussed at the forefront. On the national stage, and so we're very happy with what we've been able to do. But speaking to those diamonds in the rough that we talked about, I mean, how many kids that we've found that were just kicking the ball on the sidewalk to now have signed a semi-professional contract, are committing to colleges, different colleges and universities. I mean,
it's a nice gateway for them to.
It's a nice
move
gateway,
forward,
and it's just something that
you look a little excited.
Well, and Billy has been on board and was coaching with us, and so to speak more to it is I can't thank enough the people that have helped make it what it is, and that's from the LIFA staff members and the International Soccer Club staff members.
So are you all signed up? I mean, are you doing tryouts now? Or
Yes, yep. So we had our first tryout a couple weeks back.
In this cold weather.
We did an indoor tryout.
Tryout. Yeah,
all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you look for? I mean, in a soccer player. I mean, there's always, when you see a basketball player, obviously, the guy who can do the funky stuff. It's not necessarily the team player, right? I mean, you don't want. Are you looking for superstars, or are you looking for people who can set up plays?
Right.
It's a balance.
We're looking for the right mix of guys.
Yeah.
And we talk about this club. The reason we wanted to do this is for what we've been able to work on here in the community.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the right mix of players that this community can come and watch on the weekend and be proud of, but they're also going to see out in the community, at the different, events that, are going on, that the community means something to them as well.
Will people pay for tickets to come see the games?
Yeah. But not, it'll be reasonable. So.
Right. It'll be very cost effective for people to come in
exactly.
and support their local
It won't be
team.
like $30 for a beer or something.
No, absolutely
Actually,
not.
it's at Riviera. I'm not sure they'll But interesting. So, was it like once a week a game or once a month?
So once a week. So it'll be once a week, a game. And we might do double header Saturday and Sunday. Right? So,
will you travel as well?
Yep. So there's teams that are based. There's 3 or 4 teams that are based out of Boston. So we'll be in Boston a lot. There's a team out in New York, New Jersey. So we'll be traveling around.
Nice to put Nashua on the map, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
New Hampshire. Speaking of that, now, are the members New Hampshire residents, or are they just from the area?
From the area.
From the area and New Hampshire residents. I mean, the players you're asking? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is it exclusive to New Hampshire? I mean, you got to be a New Hampshire resident, or can you be just from the region?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's you can be from the region, but the thing is when it comes down to something like this, is you're in many ways you're almost looking for the local guys, because it's.
Gotta practice.
Got to
Right.
be here, So
Right.
it's
like we said before, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
So-
yeah.
So you're getting access Nashua here. You could probably televise your we got some talent around here. If
Yeah,
you
yep.
guys
Yep.
want to have your own, hey, well, this is live coverage here.
Exactly. Yeah.
right.
So we'll be utilizing Access, that's for sure.
I think it's a great way to mentor as well.
Yeah.
You'll have people every year, new faces and
Yep.
whatnot, and mentoring. Do you still have ties with the boys club at all?
Yeah, I mean, yes. So
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah. So still, and that's one of the things is part of our mission is really to get, or our goal is to really be engaged in the community. So when we were before we really went in on this, doing our research, we recognized that the best practice is to have an organization that's really engaged in the community, and so it was interesting because that's why we thought it was the perfect time, just because we've with what we've been able to do with LIFA, so that the community relationship that we already have with different organizations, in Nashua. I also, as a guidance counselor, work for the school district. So we have.
Thank you for your service.
But that's the thing is we really felt that it was a no-brainer just because that piece of it is we do have there is a presence already, and we just want to continue to build on that. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to build a bigger table, and what we want to do is we don't want to disrupt any of the great things that are going on in Nashua in terms of soccer. So as president of the National Soccer Council, I'm aware of the needs of different organizations, and so.
Are there a lot of organizations?
I wouldn't say, not a lot, but there's a lot of people playing soccer. I mean, so there's over 2,500 to 3,000 people participating in the sport. If that's through.
I know there's some indoor soccer just across the line there.
Yeah.
Tingsboro.
Right.
Yep.
So when we talk about that, right? So that's we have National Youth Soccer League that houses over 1,200 to 1,500 kids alone a year. LIFA that's grown from from 2 teams a couple of years ago to over 120 kids being served. And both programs that are cost effective. Then you have Over the Hill Soccer League, where it's a league of all
guys my age.
Yeah, and older. I mean, there's 70-year-olds, 80-year-old leagues. I mean,
it's just like watching them play basketball. It's just soccer.
Yeah.
Now.
So when we look at it, we say, okay, here is this wonderful, is great community as it is, as number one place to live.
Yep.
But
it really is.
Great. It is a great community. It's a lot of it has to do with what is provided in Nashua. So, but we recognized, said, hey, here we are. We have this very vibrant community as it is, and what is the missing piece in terms of soccer? And we felt this was the missing piece. We have from 3-year-old to 70-year-old covered. But to be able to provide that professional, we didn't have that professional organization, that professional team. So
we're looking for sponsors, people like Tully Buick or BAE. Or, if you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching.
So I see owners there. Now, are you also coaches?
No. So we have a staff. We have a staff. We have a coaching staff of 3 guys. Gerald White is our head coach. Lucas Hill is our assistant, and Robbie Fuller is our
Now, where do they
coach.
hail from?
They're from Manchester area, Milford area, and just other willing guys that are all about the cause and are aware of the systemic issues and are about systemic change, and this is we feel that UPSL is a part of that. Part of that systemic change gives us that opportunity.
That'd be another good sponsor, UPS.
Yeah. But I also want to give shout out to our front office people too as well. We have it's not just me, Billy, and a coaching staff. It's Nelson Neves, Ahmed Abdelaziz, who's he's a Riviere student as well.
You got it all lined up here.
Marvin
Nice.
Alfaro, yeah. So we have Stephen Ring. We have a solid group of people, working behind the scenes.
You got a grand opening or anything like that coming up?
It will be our first game of the season, which is currently in negotiation. So we'll, once the schedule comes out, we'll be posting that. And
that'd be nice. Let us know.
You can visit us at internationalsoccerclub.org. Visit us on Facebook as well, and contact us through there.
On Facebook, it is named
International Soccer Club.
Okay.
Yep. And
like our page.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, like our page. And,
Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter?
Twitter. We're on Twitter. Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And also January 20th is our next tryout, January 20th.
Where?
12:30, Tingsboro Sports Center. So, all players that, come on out and give it a shot, to play for our growing organization. And we are an organization that's looking to be around, not a one-shot deal.
Sure.
We want to be around for the long term. And
So we're going to be like the next Patriots right now. So who's any idea what the first couple of games who they're going to be, where they're from?
well, like I said, is we have
You're still in negotiations.
You're still in, yeah,
Right.
exactly. So we're going to be, we know there's several Boston-based teams. You know what I mean? So we'll be playing there. They'll be coming to us. So like I said, we're just we're really excited to get it going. But also, quick shout out to John Mata and my father Manny Barbosa. I mean, John Mata actually this organization started as a youth organization when we were playing, and John Mata, he started the organization, and he's just to him, I thank him too. He's been like a professional mentor to me as well. He's just a good friend, a good guy. But also, Billy, like Billy said to my father as well,
Right.
who actually played against Pele here in America.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And he lost.
And he lost. And he lost.
Yeah. One more quick shout out for the Pele movie. I was telling you guys, I was all choked up at the end. It's like, it wasn't super dry. It was just a good movie. It was a good.
It was.
It was a
It
good
was.
feel-good movie that was true.
Yep.
Based
Yep.
on truth, So
Exactly.
that's wonderful. Congratulations, gentlemen. This is great.
Yep.
One more time on the name and where to find you. It's on Facebook called,
International Soccer Club.
and if somebody wants to try out, it's
Yep. January 20th, 12:30, Tingsboro Sports Center.
all right.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
Thank you
thanks
very
for coming
much.
on the
Thank you very
show.
much for having us.
Thank you.
If you're a good soccer player and you want to show off your stuff, call these guys. Until next week, thanks for watching Gate City Chronicles.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.